Alrighty guys, welcome. Last week of November. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we end the week of the month. Hope we're all doing well, ladies and gents. Without further ado, let's get this show on a roll. And as always guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where you are around this wide world. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you're ready for another big week on the charts and the month of November, which has been a good month so far to date, after what was a very bad start, similar to October. Both started bad, both ended really well. Well, potentially this one as well. Last week was, I think, my best week of the year, to be honest. It was a cracking week. Had a really good week on the charts. And we'll see what we can come up with this week moving forward. Hopefully the charts are as nice as they were for me last week. But anyway guys, we'll get into it. I will be jumping live on TikTok shortly as well. I just want to get the analysis out of the way. Give one more crack on TikTok. If I get banned this time, it's another complete ban on the account, so I have to start fresh again. But anyway guys, let's quickly have a look at the news to begin with. And today, moving forward, there isn't really anything that will affect us unless there is some breaking news, which could always happen with all the, everything that's going on around the world at the moment. But as far as schedule news, there is nothing really of any impact, so nothing to really be concerned about during our session either way. So we'll should be pretty smooth sailing moving forward today. Guys, if you could, make sure smash that like button, hit the like button, let everyone else know the #1 stream is on right now. Let's get the masses in, and we'll start with, as always, having a look first at GJ. So starting as per usual on the weekly. Now, sent in the analysis over the weekend and did a live call with the members in regards to the weekend update in regards to GJ and gold. Also did the sim session, and what I was saying yesterday was we've closed below the bodies of the candles here to the left, leaving a long wick to the upside, so it's suggesting to me that we've grabbed that liquidity from the upside. Now if we begin to break below of that previous candle, I feel there's a good chance that eventually price could make its way back down towards that 190 flat region. So based off that previous weekly candle, we are a weak bearish candle, still hovering around this support though to the left, still hovering above this wick over here to the left too, which was previous resistance. But anyway, in regards to the actual count itself, we did close back a weak bearish candle. Now onto the daily time frame, and to add confidence as to why we could potentially bounce off this level. This is not only a strong level of support, this is also the last significant higher low. So long as price really remains above this swing point here, we are technically bullish, so long as we continue to close above that point. So we can see on Friday's candle, we did wick below it, only to close back above. Current candles wick back below it again, and we are beginning to bounce up yet again. If we begin to break the current, the previous daily candles high, see what we've got above that level for potential options with the counter probabilities on the daily to the upside at that point, in line with the actual structure itself after retesting the last significant high low. So bouncing off a strong level of support guys, bullish in structure. Looking at it now on the 4 hour, we can see that is definitely bearish in structure, and we have once again bounced off this level here to the left hand side, these wicks. Below we can see we've got some pretty clean traffic to the left hand side of it. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles, the previous weekly candles low, the support at that level, and we're also going to mark in the resistance that we are currently tapping into on the 4 hour, which lines up with the previous daily candles high. So obviously, as we can see, guys, the music not working. The music not working today. Apologies, I just can't see the music, the volume bar moving. No music? Okay. How about now? That's interesting. So you probably had no music throughout the whole intro, and I just turned it down, but for no reason there was no music to turn down. Anyway, all sorted now. Thank you, Franco. So back to the analysis. So the 4 hours technically bearish, and below that previous weekly candles low, we can see we've got a bit louder. I'll turn down a bit. We've got some clean traffic to the left hand side, potentially down towards that 192 flat sort of region. We are retesting that the resistance form that previous daily candle was high. We can just now remove that horizontal. We can go into 30-minute time frame. So what we can see, the 30-minute structure is technically bearish. So the overall bias is technically, well, not the overall. We've got 3 time frames, 2 to the downside and 1 to the upside. So the bias is technically bearish at the moment. So therefore, seeing it's Monday, unless we have a catalyst, I would prefer to look for potential sell options. Now the good news is we're obviously at the top third at the 4-hour resistance, currently potentially rejecting. This is the level we want to try to get involved in potential sells. This could potentially be the highest point of the new weekly or the new daily. So bearish on the 30, we will remain bearish until as long as we continue to close below this resistance. So for the sell options, guys, let's quickly look at it. Don't yet have a minor support, nor do I have a catalyst candle, a bearish engulfing, or a candle closing strong bearish, lower high, lower low. So at this point, what I need to see is the most recent support formed below the high of the current daily candle is this 15-minute level just here. So we're going to change that to an aqua color. And if price was to start to pop below this support formed at the 4-hour resistance, that would be my first potential entry point for sells on GJ, in line with the actual structure on the 30, in line with the bias itself, rejecting that 4-hour resistance as well. So 4-hour will also be breaking a low, its own low, after breaking a previous candle's high, seeing it has the higher high, higher low at a level of resistance. Still, if it was to continue bullish, it doesn't necessarily need to pull back and break its own low. So that would be added confluence and confirmations for a potential deeper pullback. So for the time being, sells below that point there. Now, further sell options below the support formed within the current daily candle at the open, or just after the open, around this 193.50, just below that point there. We've got clean traffic all the way back down to the 4-hour support. So if we were to pop back down to that level, only to start to close below it and pull away from that zone, at that point I would definitely consider looking for a sell option. Now, seeing we are technically bearish, the bias is bearish, and seeing it's a Monday, my rules would suggest to me I need to trade in line with the actual bias. So therefore, for the buys, in order to consider buys, I need a catalyst. I need a 30-minute structure to flip back bullish, and that won't happen, as I mentioned before, until we close above 194.80. Issue with that, we've got all these wicks to the left hand side, so it's not the cleanest. So this is one of the situations where I'd rather be second to the party, let it create a bit of an impulse to cut through. The deeper the better, and the cleaner the better, then wait for it to pull back, form a support, and then I'm playing within clean candles created on the impulse to the upside. And not only that, we would have retested the zone, the breakout zone, formed a support above it, would have had 4-hour counter probabilities to the upside as well. That would be the time where I would trust the buy options moving forward today. So basically what I'm saying is, for the time being, I'm really only considering the sells. But we'll see later on. We'll see later on if there could be options from lower down for a buy. But at this rate, once again, I'd rather stay strict with my rules. We saw what happened last week when I was strict with the rules. Therefore, I'd rather the sells. So smash the like button. Hopefully that made sense. And let's quickly take a look at the beast that is the gold. Bit of a pullback again today to start the week. Anyway, on to the weekly. And I mentioned this also, did I not, guys? Those of you who've watched the Sunday recap, or those who are on the call, know exactly what I'm talking about. I mentioned the fact that previous candle had very little to basically no upper wick. What I said was, it would not surprise me if the new candle pops up to create a bit of an upper wick, then pops down to obviously creating a slow wick and making a deeper pullback within that previous candle. Looks like pretty much what it's done. I've also said, if that was to be the case, look for a 30-minute structure flip, and then we can start looking for the sell options. Then that's also happened. Onto the daily time frame. Daily is technically bearish in structure, and we have now the current daily has a higher high, low low to the previous. So seeing it's gone and broke the high of the previous candle, first of all, it was to continue bullish, not much of a need for it to pull back and break the low of that previous candle. Now that it's done so, good chance we could make a deeper pullback. But based off that weekly candle, would not surprise me though if we do begin to form a support and head back up. But kind of tapping into this previous support here to the left as well, so that'd be an area of interest. But we are technically bearish in structure. Onto the 4 hour, and this is where we can start to draw in some zones. We can see that remains bullish. It remains bullish, but rejecting a resistance back below resistance here to the left. I did mark this in yesterday in the update call as well. So far we have rejected that point, and we are basically out of support just now, marking that level. So that's the current 4 hour range, guys. We'll draw in some more zones on the 30. So the 4 hours technically bullish, but we have rejected a resistance, with the daily being bearish in structure, and the weekly time frame once again not having that upper wick, so on that previous weekly. So it looks like at the open we basically pop straight up, and a tiny pullback, end up popping straight up, and now pull back to create that low wick. And since we have obviously flipped structure bearish on the 30-minute time frame, that is the most recent level of support we have broken out of. We've not yet retested it, so the bias, guys, is technically neutral on gold. Therefore, that being said, I could look for either option to the upside or the downside today. My bias being neutral, I've got the weekly and the 4 hour structure as technically bullish, and I've got the daily and 30-minute structure as technically bearish. We are bouncing on a 4 hour level of support. I just drag this down a little bit. We can see below that point there, we've got some pretty clean traffic to the left for potential sells down towards that 26.55 region. So if we begin to pop below 26.60, I get my nice strong catalyst. I could look for a potential sell. The good thing is, not just come from the highs. We've obviously exhausted, formed support above this previous support to the left. If we were to continue bullish, then as we've done on the previous rejections, we should just continue to reject and head back up. If we fail and close below at 26.60, a high probability at that point there that we could be coming down a bit further. So the sells below for me would make sense. Now, as for the buys, seeing we've just formed resistance and consolidating at the 4 hour support, if we were to start to pop above this 26.7640, that point there's a high probability we'll be retesting that support, the most recent support to the left that we have broken around at 26.83, the sort of level. So be looking for the buys above it and sells below. Anything in between at the moment, not really liking, unless we make a clean move up and reject 26.74, 73 in that region again, then potentially I could look for a sell. But for the time being, it's a bit of a choppy mess, price action. So just pretty much waiting for closure either above or below at this rate on the gold. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Pretty simple. Now, it's all about having the discipline to wait, guys. As you guys know, big strength of ours on this channel. If we do it, we're likely going to get a good result. Focus today. GJ looking decent, but no impulse entries. No impulse entries. It's not valid. So needs to just patiently wait and see if we get a closure below. Now I can have a little sip of my coffee. Alrighty, guys, who we got here today? Beats, as always, pleasure, mate. Franco, good morning to you, brother. Nags, well done on your trade earlier, I saw in the community group. Nice one. Good start to the week. Tony Gold, Grand Rising to you too, my friend. Carl F, appreciate you. Once again, Franco. Rick, good morning to you, mate. And that's it for the time being. So ladies and gents, how are we going? How was the weekend? Members and I jumped on a sim session for around an hour yesterday. Struggled to find some quality entries, but we did test a few different entries and some interesting results. So not for use this year, but potentially for use moving forward into 2025, guys. Keep an eye on things. As I said, a lot will happen then. Plan on having maybe a few more entries, and I've got things happening which should hopefully get the stream numbers up where they belong. Weekend boring as always, no council weekend. We should have joined the sim session, brother. You're probably still asleep. It's pretty early for you guys. Beat still have to wake up. Fair enough. Yeah, more into you, mate. Alright, I might welcome on board TikTok. I think I know why I made a mistake last time. Before, they never had this filter to turn on to filter out to make sure that you're choosing the right audience, so it's directed to people 18 years and older. Now all of a sudden they've got it. I didn't realize it until just now, so I think that was the issue. So I'll give it one more crack. If it doesn't work this time, then just it's not going to work for me, is it, guys? Give it enough of a go. Anyway, we'll see. Today is education session time for the members. Looking forward to that. Any of those that are on the stream right now, any of the members, feel free to share your voice and opinion as to what you'd like me to cover. Aaron, mate, good to see you on the stream. All is well, my friend. All is well. Hope you're well. Just remove that zone, seeing it's a fair distance away. Strong rejection to begin the week on gold, which does not surprise me. As I mentioned to the members yesterday, it doesn't surprise me about that rejection, considering we had no upper wick left on that previous weekly candle. So based off that, there was a good chance that I mentioned, sorry, that we could flip the 30-minute structure, which we have done so, which would open up potential for sell options. Prior to that, we've only been considering the buys, but since we've flipped the 30-minute structure bearish, I'm now open to also sells on gold moving forward. TikTok, good day to everyone out in TikTok. Charlie, Rob McLean, Annie Rose, good day to you. Welcome, welcome. Give the stream a heart and follow, or give me a follow. Austin, good day to you, mate. PK, good day to you, brother. Definitely have more time for you shortly. Sorry, I'm just been flat out, bro. Still haven't really caught up with the last edits, but I'll definitely get back to you. But yeah, we need to organize something, mate. Definitely. Madison May, good day to you. Ginger Man, KJ, guys, feel free, TikTok guys, to ask or if any pair you'd like me to look at. I'm more than happy to do so. I predominantly focus on gold and GJ. I'm happy to look at any other pair. So what I'm looking at just now is GJ. We've got this 15-minute support just below the 4-hour resistance, which we are currently rejecting. So what I'm looking for is a closure below, and I'll prefer to see it on the 30-minute time frame. And if that is to be the case, then I'd be looking for potential sells all the way back down towards this support here at 193.650. That is GJ. Sketchmas, good day to you on YouTube. And gold, look, bias is technically neutral. We've got the 30-minute structure being bearish, the daily structure also technically bearish, but we are at a very strong level of support on gold, so therefore we remain above it. and we start to pop above the resistance formed at the support above this 26.7640, I could look for potential buy options. However, seeing we've wicked down into the range below it, and if we again begin to pop below it and close below it this time, that would be my catalyst to suggest we could make a deeper pullback after the most recent pause since the drop from the beginning of today. So if we start to pop below 26.60, could have some options to take a sell. Bo, good day to you. Lilo. Some interesting names on TikTok. Well, Uterus, good day to you. Big out, no worries, brother. Definitely gonna organize something, but more for next year, my friend. More for next year. Definitely gonna hit it hard next year. Kaden Perina, good day to you. Not much, man, not much. Just looking for potential sell options on GJ and gold. Just waiting for a break and either closure above the most recent minor resistance or closure below the 4-hour support for sell options. Like cars are okay. I'm not a big car fan. I like big cars, I don't like small cars or sports cars. Alright, so the last week of the month, guys, let's just have a look at the monthly candles quickly. That's the weekly, sorry. GJ is forming a bearish candle, and it has so far respected the high of that previous candle, so anything could happen, but this rate looks likely to close bearish. So based off that, we could look again for potential rejection points within the current monthly candle. Obviously, you'd be looking at a 4-hour more so, based off the higher time frame. And we want price to remain below there if it was to continue bearish. Gold monthly looks like it could also potentially close back bearish. Still wouldn't surprise me if it did flip though. Obviously gold's a different beast and has been moving on its own accord of late, but I'm still definitely very bullish on gold as an investment. Which none of this is investment advice, of course. Bird Fitness, good day to you. That's a new record, guys. I've been on TikTok for about 5 minutes now and haven't been banned. I may have fixed the problem. Rick, am I skipping crypto? I'm skipping is in not bothering. No, I'm trading crypto. I do trade crypto, but I'm long crypto, swing trading crypto. So I secured one position over the weekend, which a little bit early. I probably should have left it go a little bit longer, and that was a really good return. That was about 12%. To be honest, I'm trying to flip account. I'm not so concerned if it goes pear-shaped. It's not a big account. It was $260 to be $270 US to begin worth of ADA I had sitting in a wallet. I just sent it to Bybit and converted it to USDT and used it to open some trades. And the other position was down at the moment. It's not down that much at the moment. It was down more yesterday. It's only down about 2% right now. So but that is a longer term hold, that one. That one I'm very comfortable. I've got limit orders lower down if it does actually drop a bit more. That is dog whiff hat whiff. You see Bitcoin doing its thing as well, still hovering up around that 100k. So depending on the broker, I think it did tap in on some other brokers. It didn't quite tap in on Bybit. Yeah, I'll show you my Bybit account. I really don't mind. Not a big account. I trade crypto very differently. Swing trading, yes, I do use the fib a bit. I don't use any other indicator. I do use the RSI occasionally. This is my current position. Oh, banned. There we go. TikTok's gone. Mustn't be able to show open trades. Anyway, that's my current position. This is with. So got laid in a few entry points just here. I've got another buy limit order set a little bit lower down. If it does trigger me in, that's fantastic. If not, no drama. Pretty confident and comfortable with this setup. That's where I'll get liquidated. That happens. I really don't mind if that happens as well, to be honest. So yeah, so that's the current state of play on that. Man, TikTok's so sensitive, it's a joke. I don't know what to do with it. Apparently that's scamming people, showing them your account, being transparent. What a freaking joke is TikTok. I don't know why, because I'm not flashing boobs or flashing my ass. That's why. I flash my ass, it's fine. Yeah, banned again. Just after I said I got a new record, about 5 minutes. I shit you not. On TikTok, there is people streaming doing the exact same thing. Never ever have issues. How they get away with it, I have no idea. No freaking idea. But once again, you cannot contact any human on TikTok. They've done it in a way. There's just no help. There's no help whatsoever. Oh, sorry, ass. Members, sorry, I've got to send you guys a link, don't I? Here we go, there's the link, guys, for anyone interested. Same shit, submit a pill, but you can't give it any reasons. You can't explain yourself. It's just submit a pill and then we'll yes or no. Yeah, probably crypto. Probably shouldn't have shown that, but anyway, fuck it. Let's focus on what we do best, and that is trading on YouTube. Can't tell I'm a little bit salty, can you? Steve, good morning to you, mate. Good morning. So the thing is with the crypto, to be honest, guys, everything basically revolves around Bitcoin. And Bitcoin could pull back 10%, 15% in blink of an eye. If that's the case, then I'm probably going to get liquidated here. And I really don't mind, to be honest. It's not, if I was trading with a bigger account, and it's not good practice, it's not good habits, not something I would encourage. But I always say to my guys, as long as you're accepting of your risk, and for me, I'm more than accepting of the fact that I could lose $280 some remaining in the account. Knowing that potential return on this thing is huge. So once I get the numbers up, then I'll be practicing proper risk management on every trade and things like that. Time being, I'm not fussed. I'm really not fussed. I'm just playing with money I had sitting in a wallet, which I forgot about basically. Fully aware that if Bitcoin dumps, this thing's going to probably dump and stop me and liquidate my position. Franco has some GU analysis from the group. Alright, still looking for buys above the resistance here. Big gap to downside, sells below. Yeah, interesting. That could be a nice option. Let's quickly look at it on my chart GU. Yeah, so that's the gap there. 30 minutes, technically not a good thing. 30-minute will flip back bearish. As long as you close below support just here, which it's currently at. Not only that, it's rejecting a higher time frame resistance, which lines up with some previous support here to the left. I think GU looks pretty good. If you ask me, I think GU looks pretty good for potential sells from the current level. This is just some narrow consolidation, closure below, you flip the 30-minute structure bearish, retest, pull away. I think that'd be a really nice option. Let's look at the weekly, the way the previous weekly closed, strong bearish as well. Open with a big gap to the upside. Daily's broken, or potentially breaking below the previous candle as well. Sorry, the 4-hour. Yeah, this to me looks like a really nice option to sell it. So if anyone interested in GU, all right, 5 and a bit minutes. Let's see what happens in gold. Talking more with you, mate. Hope you're all, brother. I can send you a recording of the yesterday's sim session. Just didn't really find many entries over that hour. We did test one or two things, which I took the data down. But again, I can share that with you even later. Either way, you are around for the education session. Goal rejecting, and just now in some nasty consolidation at the 4-hour support. GJ still hovering above this 15-minute support as well, below the 4-hour resistance. So we're just going to wait a little bit, guys. Nothing just yet. Going towards the closure of the M30. All good, Abdul, no problem. Rick, I just saw that come. TikTok's crazy with its filters. It's a freaking joke, man. It's a real joke, but honestly, I don't know how they can have, like, you know, pretty much naked ladies dance around. That's totally fine. And it's not like there's no other trading stream on there. There are plenty. Some, I mean, leaving or, you know, directing people to links to join their groups and that. I don't even have any of that up on my screen, so I have no idea. I'm assuming it was that when I flipped over to my open position on Bybit. That's what I think it is. What's Donald Trump's social media platform? Maybe that's where I need to stream. The only one I probably won't get banned on. Everything's so sensitive these days. We live in a bloody soft society, guys. Honestly, a bunch of wimps these days. Honestly, when we were young, you just pop it on the chin, suck it up, come back on your bike, whatever. That's how it was. You whinge, you get another hit. You just sucked it up. These days, everyone's so freaking precious. Carl F sensitive to wrong things. Oh, mate. Could have this argument with anyone all day, basically. And I pretty much do. And things were so much better back then too. Oh god, much better. Oh. Suck it up, princess. I'm surprised not. I haven't had more people say it, to be honest. All right. Anyway, GJ is closed above the 15-minute support. On the 30, let's look at the 15. What would be really nice just here is if we get a bit of a pause now on the 15. A little bit of a pause, and the second candle closing back below, that will close the 30 finally below the support, and that could give us options at London Open potentially. Gold is just a mess at the moment. Joe, the hourly would close good on GJ as well. Yeah, definitely. That'll be engulfing, so that would most certainly add confluence to a potential entry. And the hourly is technically bearish in structure also at rejecting the resistance, the 4 hour level, which lines up the hourly level where structure same level as the 30 if we close the bubble flip. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to wait till this candle, the 30 is closed, and I want to see it below. Prefer a pause in between. So if it happens to be that this candle closes below the 15 followed by a minor pause below, that would also be enough. And welcome to you, mate. Hope you're well. Just give me a sec, guys. I'll be 1 sec. Alright guys, GJ breaking. All good, all good. Both stop trading GK, Joe? Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite what it used to be honest. Not that I had a bad run of it. The few times I did trade it were pretty good actually, but yeah, for the most part what I see it consolidates. Doesn't really, a lot of moves come out of nowhere. And it doesn't move with the volume it used to. So it used to move probably more than what GJ did. These candles would have a huge amount of volume, but these days don't tend to have much volume whatsoever. So a lot of these ranges like 20 pips or so, where in the past they would have been 50 plus. So yeah, so I'm not so keen. One I may pick up moving forward is EuroCAD. That's one I'm interested to maybe do a little bit of work on. This was something I did trade as well back in the day, and I did like trading it. But once again, there's nothing wrong with sticking to just 2 pairs. Less is more in this game, as you guys know. Plus it means I know I flick, but that's for the sake of the stream. If I was trading by myself, what I'd likely do is just choose which pair to focus on. It's likely just going to be gold, to be honest. And that's what I'd focus on. But again, there's nothing wrong with having a few more pairs, and as long as you're sticking to your rules and your plan, then that's the main thing. Abdul, M3 structure GJ is bearish. It technically is bearish. And look what it's happening right now. It's rejecting the 4 hour resistance. And just because it's at that level doesn't mean I can just sell it. Now, I did send something into the members group, which I found very interesting. I didn't catch it because I was just preparing, just finished dinner actually. I came back and just used the FIP to see where this candle rejected, and it literally rejected the 50 within the 4-hour zone. You guys hear me often mention, look out for the 50% in the 4-hour zone. How often price rejects it. Once again, it's literally tapped in and just sunk since. This candle, if I was on the charts, I probably wouldn't have taken it, to be honest, because this closed too close to it, the previous candle. But what it's done is pop straight up, tapped into it, and since rejected, and look at it now. It'd be what, 50, almost 60 pips in profit. Brick, no wick, yeah. Yeah, just did it. Look, it makes sense to enter below that point, but I still need a catalyst. I just didn't have it, so all good. No stress. So we saw all throughout last week, especially the early parts of the week. We got the trade right near the end of the stream, and all we did was have to wait patiently for, you know, what I'm familiar with in this. It's all there for a familiar entry to present. And that one wasn't quite perfect enough for me with quality. But look at it now. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. We got pretty much like for viewers, so thank you. Thank you. All right, so I mean, now I've got to go back to the drawing board, and again, I can just plan ahead as to what I might want to see. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to eventuate, or you know what probabilities are. Well, very low. But what could happen is if this candle closes strong bearish, and then we get a bit of a pause, and we wipe through that target, close below it, engulfing. Then the pause play entry could almost be, well, that would be valid. Targeting these lows. Long way off happening, but that's something I could look for. Seeing I couldn't quite find an entry below that support just there or higher up. All right, GU closed Oh, is that flip the structure? Blind ball. Either way, it doesn't really have an upper wick, but irrespective, the analysis looks to potentially be playing out. A nice strong rejection. You can see something that we'll be testing out as well moving forward. Would have worked in this case. Obviously EU is very similar to GU. It looks good for also for sells. Probably should be in. Rick Sharif is probably doing a school run. He was on the sim session yesterday in a good chat, so you'll participate next weekend as well. Yeah, it should be on. More than likely it'll be on. Good little session because we practice, well, not only do we look for our normal sort of setups, but we also, obviously the best part of it is to trial things. And there's certain entries I want to trial a bit of, and one of them yesterday worked an absolute treat. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll share it into the new year, I suppose, if we start taking it live on stream. Rick, not every weekend, but most weekends. Trial and error, yeah, exactly. The best time to do it on a simulator. Alright, so looking at gold, still remain above this support. Don't yet have a catalyst to buy it though. Just trading within consolidation right now, so there is no entry on my behalf just yet. Just need to wait. And once again, GJ making a bit of a move, but not buying my way in. We're also popping below 194 flat right now on GJ psychological round number, so it'll be interesting to see how we react to it, which lines up this 15-minute support as well to the left. So potentially now if we form a little bit of support above this point and then we start to pop below it, we could maybe find a way in based on that as well. If we start to consolidate a little bit like so and then maybe close below, potentially it could provide an option. Now, if this does happen to be a weak pause candle, for me, it's still no entry because you formed that pause above this support here to the left. Had it formed just below it, fantastic. Would have taken it as a catalyst. But in this case, I want to start to pop below that point. So like I mentioned, the next potential option could be the limit order if we get the engulfing candle present on the following 15. That's probably our next potential option. Yeah, I'm not so interested in the limit order right now. Rick, you're hoping for gold to break down. Yeah, closure below would be a decent catalyst. The issue of closing below may close a little bit too far below, and then you're back into this area consolidation to the left. If you ask me personally, I want to see gold pull back as well, but that's for investment reasons because I want to be able to accumulate a little bit more. At the moment, it's quite expensive. Gold pulls back, so does silver, obviously, and that becomes more juicy for entries. Did make another small silver purchase. Nothing major, just a few ounces, which is I think still going to be worth a lot more than what it's worth today moving forward. I'm not taking, but I have an urge to buy GJ. Good job we don't trade on feelings. Yeah, well, used to trade completely on emotions. Candle goes down, candle must continue going down. Or got wrecked selling it, so might as well jump in and buy just now. You used to do all that stupid shit and get wrecked on both, trading it both ways. Yeah, that's why I'm a little hesitant to look for a limit order, because again, this happened a few weeks back and I remember it thinking that, you know, we'll likely close below and then the candle ended up ripping and close back above, and next candle continued up and end up closing in a loss in a very similar situation. So I'm patiently just going to wait just in case it does create that higher low just now and retest the highs and potentially go up to end up flipping the 30-minute structure back bullish, because we are trending within a current daily candle to the upside. Again, this is open with a big gap to the upside, but what we can see since creating a low of the day, which is this support here, 193.50 roughly, made a nice clean impulse, create a higher high, could now potentially create that higher low just now and go up to break and create a higher high again. So just gonna wait for a stronger catalyst. be honest, guys, when I first started trading sort of crypto and that, a lot of it was based on what I was thinking, like sentiment and fundamentals more than the technicals. At that point, I was still learning technicals. I didn't really understand them, but I was doing enough research to sort of have a clue as to what might happen, and it worked quite well for the most part. But the issue was, like I said, a few stupid occasions where one particular night I didn't even realize. I mentioned this before on stream, when I was out drinking and woke up, and then what have I done here? Next day, obviously you get, you know, wind up your sail when you're out and about on the terps and you've had a few, and you get cocky. You're seeing you're in some nice trades, or you've secured some nice profits, so you open up some more trades. That was all in crypto, and crypto can burn you, honestly, like a raging inferno. If you're not careful, it can really wreck you. And that was a bigger account, not a huge account, but much still bigger than what I'm trading right now with the crypto. That particular account saw a profit of over around 2.5K in one day, and then basically the whole lot was gone within a day or so. All right, so now could this be closing bullish? What sort of margin have we got? Ooh, this could be tempting. Could be tempting to buy it. We'll see. Again, it's gonna be slightly bending my rules for a Monday though. But it just makes sense because we're pretty much rejecting this 15-minute support. Could be forming bullish engulfing back above the most recent support on the M15, closing the 30-minute back bullish. Maybe we've just grabbed some liquidity once again from the downside in order to retest the high and potentially create a higher high. Still got just under 6 minutes remaining though to see what his candle closes. Abdul, will you mark the next M15 support? What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could. You could mark in like so. Wow, look at this thing rip. Jesus. Learned my lesson from a few weeks though, didn't I? A few weeks back with the limit order. This would be the same thing, it's just burst straight through it right now. So good thing guys. Hopefully you guys stayed out of it too. Rick, nasty, can afford short sellers. Yeah, hopefully they would have secured some profits though. They have taken a short below the support, the 15-minute support. I'll just remove that. If we come back down to it, I might put it back in. You're in a gold short. on Apex. You're in a gold short $3 up on Apex. Okay. 1 minute. Oof, mate. Yeah, look, entirely up to you. Be very careful trading the minute. Just be really careful. Because you're trading amongst absolute trash. You're trading amongst choppy price action with no direction whatsoever. Well, you said to me, man, you've become a lot more patient. What happens next time when you trade the 1 minute and you get burnt $300? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to hold you accountable, brother. Well done, but be careful. Just be very careful with it. Don't just because you're bored or whatever, you can't find a decent entry, you start to trade the 1 minute time frame and, you know, 3 minute, 5 minute, whatever, without having the data to back it up. You won the VIP membership as well, so I'm trying to keep you accountable, brother. Just trying to help you out. Oh, your crystal ball seems to be working. Might change my name to Mystic Trader. That's a good one. I like it. Have to wear a wizard hat as well. Yeah, your hunch was correct, wasn't it? So buyers, again, no confirmation. So this rate, we just once again need to chill and let GJ do its thing. Fortunately, I can't get involved just now without the confirmation. And the issue with this confirmation is pushing way too far for the time being. Good now, just probably adjust this. We'll see, we still might potentially be able to get an option. The issue is going to be stop loss. That's the big thing. No matter how you look at it, it's going to be a wide one. Based on the 15, you're looking at about 40 plus pips. It would have to be an entry counter stop loss, which is the most difficult to manage. What we've got to remember is it's close to the 4-hour resistance. It's against the structure. It's against the actual bias itself. And if this candle leaves a big upper wick, I just would not be comfortable. Let's see where this thing closes. Projecting a bit of a 5-minute resistance. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer this one, guys. If you're interested, you can understand why you might be buying it above the previous counter's high. Now the issue is stop loss. If you trust the current candle's low, then that's all you can really do. But just bear in mind, it's going to be difficult to manage. So you'd probably be triggered in just now in the first minute of London Open. Once again, I'm not taking it. Just not quality enough for me for the time being. Wow, look at that. Spot on. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, may not have been easiest to get involved, but as far as the actual analysis, spot on. Absolutely spot on. Now it could make a pretty significant move to the downside. EU, I'm assuming it's the same. Yeah, very similar. So we gave options on those as well, where you have confirmation prior to it of, actually no you don't. Structure, well, hang on, still bearish actually. Yeah, EU looks really, really good. You're in GU off the infinite. Nice one. Nice one, mate. Yeah, nice work.
Hey, good morning, man.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And
That's
you?
good. Yeah, all good, mate. All good. How was the weekend?
Oh, I had a lot of work to do in the garden.
It's all right.
So
Nice and peaceful.
before we are getting to a stronger winter, so therefore a lot of things to do in the garden, but
Yeah,
we finished. It's good.
that's it. Nice one. Nice one, mate. I saw your analysis on GU. Did you happen to find a way in, or?
No, because I had a different chart as you have.
All right.
I
Yep.
have.
Yeah, the gap.
I'm on Miranda, and the M30 looks different.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for a rejection. So maybe a pullback, and then maybe having some sells. So
Yeah.
you see that we close below. So
Yeah, just below
wanted
here.
to have yeah, correct. I wanted to have maybe a stronger upper wick, and then maybe taking a sell.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So it's still valid because it's not pushing too much down.
Yeah. I agree.
With the actual candle. So maybe there is some potential to get in sells.
Yeah. Creating a bit of an upward just now.
Yeah. Because it makes the move was very strong right now.
Yeah.
The candle before. And I think maybe we'll get some a higher upper wick before we maybe getting to the lower side.
Yeah, potentially. Be nice if it pulled back towards this previous support.
Yeah. I hope only that maybe it's not going too much down right now.
Yeah, potentially could, but again, if it does, you do, mate. Unfortunately, you know, it's all part of it. So
Yeah, for sure.
same as GJ right now. I'm not convinced by the bias. I'd rather let it go.
So EU looks a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even if this candle closed weak bullish on the 15, that would be really, really nice entry.
Yeah.
Breaks on the following candle. Very solid entry. Anyone currently in any trades, guys, other than Kyle? Franco's not in one. Vinny, g'day to you. Been a while. Hope you're well. And Rick, are you still holding your gold sell? Because you can, man. Really think you try to manufacture something out of nothing, in all honesty. And if you were in a sell, I hope you weren't greedy about it, to be honest, because look at it now. Let's have a look at what's ahead in the agenda for the news this week. We've got tomorrow with some high impact news for the US dollar. Later into the day, early into the morning my time, with consumer confidence. Wednesday, 30 minutes in, that is in CMY session. Some high impact news again, GDP and unemployment claims for the US. You got core PC a little bit later on. FOMC, big day on Wednesday. It's a bank holiday on Friday for the US dollar. Nothing really for the pound and the euro. Well, the euro's got CPI as well, German CPI. Some high impact news for the Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar, and that's pretty much it for the week. Not a great deal other than that one big day for the US. Abdul, do you mean below this point? Look, probably not at the moment. I'll keep it there because we might still get an option if the catalyst presents. So if we close weak, strong bearish on the 15, followed by a weak bullish pause, then we're going to finally close below that support. We may have enough margin and sell back down. Potentially. Likely won't. To be honest, this best option is sells upon the pullback right now. Pretty glad stayed out that potential GJ buy. Stuck in a fair bit of drawdown. Well, actually would have hit stop loss if the entry was based off the entry count. So if it's suboptimal, don't take it. Especially on a Monday. G had a strong bull run for about a month and a half. GU, it's been a massive sell-off of late, obviously since election time, as has all the majors. Which, to be honest, I think it's a race once again to the bottom for the fiat currencies of the world, to be honest. The US dollar just continues to devalue, but it's the strongest of a bad bunch. That's the thing. And dollars is just so inflated, it's ridiculous. The amount of money that gets printed just continually devalues it. That's why I'm a strong believer of not investment advice, but buying physical silver, gold. I'd love to get involved in Bitcoin, but it's just a little bit to run up. So I'm just trying to trade my way up when it comes to cryptos. Yeah, I think platinum is a pretty good one as well. Platinum is well below its all-time high as far as an investment. It's another precious metal. Midi, I agree with you. Dollar is being devalued each passing day. It completely is, but so is every other currency. That's the thing. That's why the US dollar still holds strong. let's check out platinum. This is platinum. It's significantly down from its all-time high. Down 30%. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's down much more than that. All-time high was back in March 08. Coincidence? What was happening at that time, guys? Who remembers? Or who knows what I'm talking about? So it's down about almost 60%. Back in 2008. That was one of the start of one of the big crashes that we've obviously seen in recent history as far as equities and all that. Recession, yep. That was obviously, and I think it could be happening again soon around the world. So it's again, metals will be one thing that goes up. Platinum could be another. Platinum is a precious metal. And it used to be more expensive than gold for a long time. Now look at it, it's well below gold. Alright, it's GJ rejecting. Difficult price action once again, guys. Very little or no confirmation whatsoever for me to get involved in any entries just now. So I just need to once again wait patiently and see if something does eventually present, and if not, all good, we don't stress it. Going on basketball today, nothing breaking as far as high impact. Yeah, nothing much. Banks starting to get involved in stable coins by the sounds of it. Video GU2 was 1.25335. I got out after holding over a month. Yeah, it takes time to move, doesn't it, GU? Got out 1.25933. Nice one. So to see it's so low, but thankfully I took profit. Oh mate, the Aussie dollar as well.
So maybe we can get some EU sells right now. It's closing bullish, weak bullish.
Yeah, EU looks good. Looks the best.
And I think, yeah, maybe I will give them a try for sells.
Yep. If it was gold or GJ, I'd definitely a little bit of an upper wick. And then I'd end up not giving up a wick. I'll F you GU TP hit, so time for breakfast, not going back to bed today. Nicely done, mate. Well done. Good work. Breakfast. That's it. Coffee. That's good. Bit of an upper wick now. Let's watch EU. Again, I'm not taking this, I don't trade it. But this is by far the best looking potential entry. It breaks the low of that weak pause, bullish candle. What's for breakfast, mate? Rick, gold 1 minute silver for London. Never do it again. I forgot about the open. Well, told you what I thought about it. So yeah, how you could find an entry amongst all that for me is just no idea how you can find a solid entry. Just consolidating. Yeah, it could dump and you could have got lucky. Could pump and then you're licking your wounds and may have got out at much worse than what your stop loss if it really just pumped. Just slipped your stop loss. You never know coming from consolidation. Because to me, this is just chill, wait, don't get involved. All I can say is the more data we print at this level, it is a 4-hour support. Pretty strong level on the daily as well. The more data we print at this level, the more likely to move it away from it. It's going to be a strong one, whether it be to the upside, and whether we get the option remains to be seen, because it could just take off without providing our confirmation, such as the closure above, it may just rip, or to the downside, same thing, it may just rip. But it is by far the safer plays just to sit, chill, wait for a closure. Then you're trading with more probability. You have a 1 minute time frame strategy. All right, fair enough. Fair enough, mate. Once again, just be careful with it. GGPM, why don't I say GJ buys up? It looks fine, right? GJ buys up. What looked where? What looked fine? You're talking about buy just here. It's against the structure, buying it into the 4-hour resistance. Left a long upper wick. Stop loss was huge, about 40 pips. The stop loss off the entry candle would have been about 10, 11 pips. And it stopped you out had you used that as your stop loss. For me, that's not a quality entry. That's an entry where, yeah, it could pop up and retest the highs, but it's just not solid enough. Honestly, for me, it's not solid enough. We've got left a decent wick to the upside. That's the 4-hour resistance. So not a great deal of margin to that level, not even 10 pips. And it's just the volume of these candles at the moment, it makes it difficult to get involved because stop loss is wide. You got to trust the entry counts, and look what that would have done had you had taken it. So yeah, for me, there's no entry there. Being spared a loss, but not taking it. The EU by far looks the best. Don't trade it. Carl, got the entry when Justin showed GU chart, mentioned possible entry, matched any requirement. Matched my requirement, nice one. Yeah, I'm sure you've been looking at the same thing. BD, that's fire. Been watching Justin for years now. Always giving credit for my recent success. Nice one. Appreciate it, mate. You know, just do what works for me, guys. And if you can pick up a thing or two and use it, fantastic. Makes these streams worth it, to be honest. Rick, but luckily on my main phone account, well, that's it. Well, glad to hear that, because the last thing you want to do is just try to get involved off the 1 minute with amongst consolidation here on gold, amongst an absolute mess, and blow your account main account 30-minute entries. But he's been trading since 2019, really became profitable following his principles. Nice one, mate. Good to hear it. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you, thank you. Just wish others would, you know, jump on, make the stream where it's, you know, up to the viewer count it should have, which again next year we will. All right, GJ. Let's see when this candle closes. In all honesty, what I probably prefer to see is the engulfing play now and look for a pause entry. Those who remember what I mentioned earlier, if we have something like this present close about 6 pips below of that bullish candle, and then sell limit below of it. Targeting the support the opposite end. If we close below this support, I'm not so concerned about tapping into target because we'll close well below it, then we've got a new target. If this eventuates just above this support, then I would not be a valid entry. I wouldn't take it because I'd be concerned it could this could be the target. This is where it could bounce off, and it's what it's doing right now is bouncing off it yet again. So I wanted to close below it significantly, then that's enough to suggest to me that the next potential target is going to be this zone to the left. But I'd rather get in on a bit of a discount, so as the new candle pulls back to create upper wick, knowing, again, using my rules and my entry types, knowing this is a valid entry, that would be where I place the limit order entry. Based off that, I can get a better stop loss as well. Stop loss can be probably just back above that support, definitely above the 15 high, catalyst candles high. Best lesson I've learned here is patience, willing to miss trades. Well, probably the hardest thing to learn. I mean, fair time to figure that out. Pretty great week live. Yep, blown more counts than I admit. Haven't blown one threes. Yeah, I've blown. I can't remember. It'd be minimum three or four. But again, same. Not for years. Not for about 5 years, I think. Stay consistent. We'll get there, friend. Rebranding can be tough times. Yeah, no, I'll get there, man. Again, working with we'll be working with someone, not streaming with someone. It'll still be all me, but someone helping me make sure the content gets out there to the right people. But I'm gonna wait for next year. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm thinking on a 2-week break or whatever over Christmas and New Year's and lose the momentum. So I'll just wait for the new year. So I've got a heap of shorts to be dropped, like probably about 15 to 20. But I don't want to just drop them and they get like 10 views. I want to make sure once again that they're getting out to the right people, and hopefully gain some traction off that as well. Let's keep a bit of an eye on GJ. All right, so let's measure it. Suppose I could have just looked at what low is and 6 pips below that level. Anyway, where is the lowest candle? So 3-2. 3-2 is where I want this to close for that limit order to be valid. Steve, EU? Yeah, EU. What's it doing? Still valid entry if it breaks zone low. Me next year looks bright. He's good, man. He's really good. He's growing. He's a smart little kid. He's very well behaved. He asked a question or two about what I was doing at training, so who knows? You could have a guest streamer in a few years' time, or you could have a dual stream, or I don't know. Maybe he can stream a few days a week, but he has to be over 18, so he's still got plenty of years left. Your AJ pair is still soaring. Very happy to hear that. Oh, thank you, mate. AJ, yeah. Remember that it used to be your pair. Oh, that looks bloody difficult though, as far as the higher time frame. Looks really, really choppy. Buys above that level look good. Rejection of the highs look good as well. Looks a real mess. Wow. All right. So if this candle closed bearish engulfing once again, strong catalyst. Issue is stop loss. We need to close below this 15-minute support at the same time, because twice now I would have rejected it. Rick, you still can't trade it, can you? Did you email Owanda? Was it Owanda? Pretty sure he said Owanda. May close out soon. So you're in a long though on AJ. Probably switch to an unbroker. Consider IC markets. Alright, coming to the closure of this M30. Similar to before, I'm not liking it. I don't like how it's leaving quite a significant lower wick. It's not engulfing, we're still above the 15-minute support. Sorry guys, I don't have a strong enough catalyst to take an entry. As much as I'd like to get involved right now, there is nothing off based off that. Gold is, forget it. Rick, but someone was telling me that they were working on it. But it's 4 weeks now, really. It's really strange though. Mini traders ways before trader ways. Never heard of it, to be honest. Oh, AJ sells. Nice one. So remember, you used to hold trades a bit longer as well. Pretty much what I'm doing with the crypto. I'm sort of just setting, forgetting.
So EU looking great on M30 right now, even.
Yeah, now you got the M30. Same confirmation, but on the M30. This is definitely still valid. It's by far the best of the bunch at the moment. Yeah, that's really strange. I wonder why you can't trade GJ. Must be something recent because not that I've been for one a few years. Still have an account with them, but it's not funded. But when I did trade my main account on Wanda, I was always able to trade it. Oh, they stopped it, really? Oh, you're talking about tradeaways. I wonder if all those laws will be relaxed now though. Under Trump. I mean, I know we had issues on the weekend with family business when the bloody FPOS machines weren't working. No one carries cash these days. It's ridiculous. It used to be a rule here. It used to be a law that you had to carry cash on you. You actually could get fined. That was years and years ago when I was a kid. Obviously not as a kid that you need to carry cash, but I think it was over 15 or 18 you had to have some money in your pocket. And now they've, which I'm happy to hear, they've made the law that some businesses don't want to accept cash, and that's a joke. I don't know why you won't want to accept cash. They've made it now law that you have to accept cash. It's against the law not to. For me, cash is king. Plus, I don't want to pay the bank fees every time you tap because they make a killing, the banks. And all they do is rip us off. Got it in a safe is king? Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Should have maybe an IG live or during a break YouTube stream where we just all jump on a call, Zoom call, and just talk. I swear I could go on about how woke, that word, not that I really know what it means, but how woke society is these days. Russian rubles is king. And one thing, US oil too, right? Eventually this thing's gonna pump. But are you afraid of gold's volatility? Stay in my lane. Yeah. Good when you can use it to your advantage. Last week was fantastic. Because last week, every trade aside from one lasted like less than a minute and hit TP. Last week was unbelievable. It was just a matter of whether you got slipped or not. I managed to stay out of slippage for the most part. Got a little bit on a few, but not much. The longest trade last week was that last trade from Thursday, I think, which took like about 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something, but it still hit TP in the end. But I love it. I love the fact that the trade's generally over and done with quite quickly, even if it is in a loss. For the most part, it can give you a 10 pretty quickly, or it can take you out pretty quickly as well. But if it ticks the box and you've got the back data to back it up, then I really love trading it. Prefer it much over any other pair, and obviously JJ. Rick, I heard in Turkey, if a car costs around 100k, you have to pay 200. Really? Man, that's crazy if that's the case. But yeah, last week was amazing. It was really good. EU still pulling back, so maybe you could get sells from higher up on the pullback. Rejection of maybe this consolidation level. Yeah, it wasn't good for some because I know Archard, one of the members, he got slipped on his funded account like 10 pips in one entry. He managed to close out and break even though. Some others were slipped about 4. I was slipped like 1.4 or something on that particular one, and then one of the others is like 1 pip or something, so I was lucky because most of the trades were very quick. Rick, tax rate 45 to 60% for cars in Turkey. I'm stuck down on ways, GAUUSD. That's alright, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Since 2016. Yeah, plus the, what is it? Turkish lira. Is that what it's called? It's worthless right now, isn't it? And gold is just ugly. Mini, my mentor back in 2019 said one strategy, one pair, millionaire. Yeah, I've heard that too. If you can master it, then it's intricacies as well. And less is more, in all honesty. I'd be happy just to trade gold, in all honesty. Rick, match bonus and lycra in Turkey still cost a fortune. A little bit different to last week, isn't it, guys? At least hair is cheap in Turkey. Yeah, and teeth apparently. Yeah, not interested in hair transplant. I grow old gracefully. I like not having hair. I like the bald's gone. No comb over, no sideboards or whatever. Just once it starts to go here, the whole thing's off. It's better that way. No mucking around. Well, probably it's Turks losing hands because the car price, maybe. You're a baldy as well, yeah, it's better, man. XAUUSD the ball guys. For me. Go for it, man. Well, my chick dicks the ball guy. Lovely lady, she is. Oh, it's easy to look sexy with hair. Only us truly good-looking people can pull it off bald. You hit the nail on the head, didn't you? 100%, mate. Gotta be able to pull it off. The bald look. That's why I like to have a beard. It balances it out. What you don't have here, substitute on the face. Excuse me, guys. Consent. Pretty sure about Instagram here. Oh, not logged in. Check my phone. I'll look at it after, probably. Honestly, I remember when I was younger, it was the worst nightmare thinking about going bald. Get depressed about it. And then it's just like, why didn't I do this years ago? It's like if you could only try it out before, but unfortunately you can't just stick your hair back on, can you? But honestly, once I shave off, I'm like, this ain't that bad. Actually, I think I can pull this off. Sorry guys, it's nothing. It's just charts are shit, so that's why we're talking crash at the moment. Don't have anything on gold. GJ is just, it's moving, but I don't have any confirmation at the moment. Rick, send it into the Discord. You'll be able to send a link. You won't be able to send a link into this. Send it into the Discord. Send it into the just for laughs area section. Send it into, yeah, just for laughs. Mini? Okay, Justin must admit binary bit me. I've been doing those trades also. Binary, man, that could be fun. Well, when the charts are doing nothing like this, then maybe that's something we can do. All right, in the next 30 seconds, we up or down. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. On.
His first name is Bodie over there. What's it like that? I've no hair. Is it up or is it cold? I don't know because I'm not
old. He probably copped it after that, didn't he? Probably copped the belting. Oops. I love it. I love paintball. Oh, back in the day, you would have copped it. And you would have suck it up. Like I mentioned before, you would have had to suck it up. Now everyone's too precious. Cop it and Cop gets in trouble. That's why there's so many issues here in Oz, because they can't do shit, to be honest. There's no point having police half the time. They're too afraid to do anything. Next time you join the stream, are you talking about Zoom? Do feel it though, definitely when it's cold you do feel it. But on the flip side, when it's hot, I think it's feel better. Plus the fact you don't have to worry about bloody doing anything. Do it in the morning when you wake up, you just out the door. Believe it or not, I actually had hair down to my shoulders when I was a kid, when I was in high school up until age of 18. It was the in thing. I mean, all my mates have long hair. I knew where mine was heading. I knew it from obviously my old man, my brother, older brother. The other brother still clings to some hair. Yeah, but I knew I was likely gonna leave part ways, so I quickly started to cut it shorter to the point where it's just now it's completely shaven. I even thought about going to those laser hair treatments back in the day. That's how much I didn't want to lose it. That makes it, yeah, we do, man. It's bloody boring otherwise. What's you doing? Is it not still? Stark contrast to last week. Chart's just not putting up a show for us today at the moment. What a boring day on the charts. Unless you train GU. And if you were in EU earlier as well. All good, man. All good, Rick. Take care, man. Feel free to chat away in the VIP if you are looking at taking any trades and want a bit of feedback. We'll be jumping on soon with the guys as well for an education session if there is anything to go over. You'll be back in 3 hours. All right, man. Personally, I probably won't be on that point because I'll be probably tucked in bed. But all good. I'm sure others will reply if you do comment. For the members, tomorrow and Wednesday will be NY. So I'll be up late for that. That's all good. I plan for that. That's fine. It was good last week. 2 trades, 2 wins over the 2 NY calls. Thank you, Rick. Good luck to you too. It's 9:50 AM right now. Yep, fair enough. It's 7:50 PM. Big 10 hours. Alright, it's a tough one, guys. What would I want to see now? we really need to start. You can probably now put that back in. We really need to start seeing closures below it. Just remove that previous zone. So if we can close below the 15-minute support here, and we're not trending anymore, so I wouldn't really be looking for the interruption pause play. But if we start to close below 194 flat, 15-minute support, 30-minute correlate for 30-minute closure below as well, then that is probably your next potential bet. Buying it's going to be difficult because you're buying into these wicks and then you're buying into the 4-hour resistance, so it's against the structure. Still, in my opinion, it's best to wait for it to flip, make a clean move to the upside above 194.80, above 195, pull back, form support to then buy it. Otherwise, sells from higher up if it does reject yet again. And it still sells below is 193.50 as well. GJ and gold, very simple. Bias is neutral. That 4-hour support, we are to continue bearish. No need to pop up the most recent resistance formed on the move to the downside. We start to close below that support, the 4-hour support, which we've wicked below a few times, so we need to close above. Close below, retest, and then there could be options to sell it. Otherwise, opposite, closes above the consolidation, bouncing off the 4-hour support. We'd have options to buy it. That would be gold. So simple on that, just needs to make a move. Carl, you're done for today as well. Yeah, I'm going to call it myself, guys. I'm not getting an entry just now. So good test of patience. It's a W session, in my opinion. Nice entry called on GU. EU still could present. Carl, GU still running. Nice one. Stop loss and profit. Balance CP 125.331 if I don't get taken out. Nice one. Yeah, that's a good area to target. Good work. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining today. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And members, I will see you guys in probably about 10-15 minutes from now. I'll post the new link into the relevant section. Alrighty, guys, take care.
Yeah, see you. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one. See you, YouTube. Catch you tomorrow.